What's up, guys? Welcome to Life Knowledge. My name is Justin Alphabet. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. Stay to the end of the video so you get all the information that you need. Today we're going to be talking about high status. There are parts of being high status that are permanent, and there are parts that are fleeting, right? They're temporary or perceptions, right? So, for example, a high status man who has a good physique, it stays with him all the time, right? So, for example, like if you're a powerful man, like you're a big guy, if you're strong and fit, or you have like abs or whatever, and they stay with you pretty consistently, that's become a part of who you are, right? If your athleticism is permanently with you, then that kind of stays with you, right? Some of that's genetics, some of that's consistency, some of that's, hard work. And hard work beats genetics, and it's part of consistency constantly with that kind of stuff. But there's other parts of being high status which are temporary or fleeting, right? For example, hypergamy. Hypergamy is when a woman sees you with other women and she thinks that you're high value because you're already with other women. When women want to be around you, that woman wants to be around you also as a man. And so surrounding yourself with other women doesn't matter really who they are, as long as they're pretty cute women, right? So like they could be your sister, they could be a mom, they could be friends. It doesn't really matter who they are, but when other women see you around women, they start to associate you as someone they can be around as well, that they can be comfortable around and safe and secure, right? And that's really important to women. They want to be safe and secure. And so being a high value man, surrounding yourself with women, taking pictures with beautiful women, being around, high status, high value, attractive women is going to help you. We look at Dan Bilzerian, the Playboy Mansion. I'm trying to think of who else. There's other guys, Michael Sartain, Andrew Tate. A lot of these guys that are like millionaires or billionaires or whatever, that are surrounding themselves with a lot of girls. They're not necessarily getting with all these girls. Sometimes they just hire them to come hang out, or they offer them a fun experience, like we're going in the helicopter, we're going shooting, we're going swimming and scuba diving, come with for free and hang out, and these women typically are like, yeah, I want to do that. That sounds fun. I'll go. They're pretty. So that makes other guys respect the man as well when there's a lot of that. So it develops a lot of respect from men and a lot of attraction from women, because women like men who have a lot of respect from other men and desire from other women. And so it's kind of like fake desire or temporary desire, I guess. It's fleeting or temporary. It doesn't stay with you forever, but it's something that is part of being high status. Another thing that for example, like it doesn't, if you're posting something on social media, find some cute girls, put them in the background. And if you're trying to make some other girls like you, that's going to help. If there's another girl you're specifically chasing after. But don't chase. That's a bad idea. If you're trying to get her to notice you and be interactive with you, let's not chase. But you got your sights set on her, right? Anyways, after that, there's also a couple of other things that are high status things that are fleeting as well. A good example of this is Drake, the singer. I heard him on a podcast once, or like an interview. He talked about how he pretended like he was rich before he was rich. And he said, I don't recommend other people do this because it can mess you up. But if you do it the right way, it can help you a lot. And if you copy the way that he did it, it can be beneficial to you. So for example, what he did was he would rent out Lamborghinis, he would rent out, really nice cars and drive to the studio, and people would wonder, oh, who's that guy with the nice car, right? Like, but he did it intentionally. So like certain people, specific times, with a strategy in place so that people would notice him and see him in these cars. He would show up to events, he would show up looking very high status, but they were rentals, right? And he freely admitted that they were rentals at first. And he kind of developed this taste for high status, high wealthy stuff, and started to meet people who had the same tastes, right? Who actually owned their Lamborghinis, who owned their, really nice cars, their Maybachs, their, Rolls Royces, whatever it might be, right? And so when, you level up your car, when you have like a nice suit or something that's going to temporarily make you look good on the outside, that's going to bring you a lot of status as a man as well. And yes, it's temporary, fleeting status, but if you are working towards that, you'll start to develop the habit. So for example, let's say right now you wear jeans and a t-shirt every single day. Flip the script. If you wear a suit every single day instead, then you're going to start to feel more high status, right? People will notice you more. They'll take you more seriously. It obviously has to be the right suit. It has to be the right, kind of look, or people might just laugh at you if you're overdressed for every single occasion or whatever. You don't have to wear a tux, but like wearing a collared shirt will make you look 10 times more professional than if you're just wearing like a circular cut shirt or whatever, right? A t-shirt. Sometimes even a polo, right? Like James Bond wears polos and he looks super professional. I think in the most common thing I've seen him wear is a black polo with tan pants. Nothing crazy, but it makes him look high status, right? It's a good color combination. The dude knows how to dress. So beyond that, like these fleeting high status things are temporary, but they can become more permanent, right? As you gain more wealth, as you gain more status, it will cycle itself. So for example, once Drake, rented out these cars and got seen by other people who had wealth and stuff, they're like, oh, he's on the same level as me. I'm going to start, hanging out with him more. I'm going to start, putting him in my music. I'm going to start, making a connection or a relationship with this guy because he has high status as well. And I want to have people in my circle who are high status. High status people like to hang out with other high status people. So if you fake it till you make it, if you pretend you're high status long enough, you'll get around other high status people, and then you will be able to be high status. It's kind of like a mental game of confidence. It takes a little bit of practice. It takes time as well. You have to know where to find the right people, where to find the high status people, and, have the right connections and know the right people first, right? You have to figure out who's high status and who's not. And also, don't use people. People hate being used who are high status. It's really annoying. If you reach out to someone like high status and they offer to hang out with you or whatever, be respectful of their time and be cool with them and stuff. Like, don't be a groupie. Don't be a fanboy or fangirl or whatever, because it's just going to annoy them. And also don't be like waving a camera in their face all the time. Like, for example, if you meet a famous actor, ask politely if you can take a picture of them with them, but don't like force a camera into their face or something like that. That's not cool. They don't like being used by clout chasers, right? Like clout chasing, everybody doesn't like someone who's a clout chaser, someone who's like always looking for the next big person they can talk to, and then they're on to the next thing. Like, establish a meaningful connection and relationship with these people, because that's how they'll keep your respect and also in turn respect you. And you want the respect over everything. That's if someone else respects you, who's a high status person and has a lot of respect, that's a big honor. It's also, going to take you a lot farther in places down the road, possibly. So for example, like I met a casting director who was working for Disney Channel, right? And back in the day, I was offered I was given that relationship by one of my friends. And just because I had said I wanted to do some acting or whatever, I thought I wanted to try it out. I ended up being on Disney Channel, right? If I hadn't, established a friendly relationship with my friend first and also with this casting director, I wouldn't have ever gotten on the show. I would have never been on TV. I would have never been on Disney Channel. So it's kind of cool. When you take, the respect and you give it to other people, they'll also typically return it back to you. Not always, but most people will. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comment them down below about being more high status. Start working on the temporary stuff and the permanent stuff. Permanent high status always trumps temporary status. So start working on the more permanent high status valuable things that you can. Mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, high status man stuff. And then also the other status stuff, respect, socializing, Instagram followers, money, cars, wealth in general, right? Those kind of things. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have the day you deserve. Let's level up, and I'll see you in the next one.